Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Ramadan Mubarak. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you. I'm making an appeal for the Islamic organization known as Indian Muslim Relief and Charities. This organization is a very solid and trustworthy organization. I've known Manzoor Ghori and the people that work there for many, many years, and I think it's really worthy of our support. As you know, India right now is going through many trials and tribulations, particularly the Muslim community, but not just the Muslim community, also the Christian and other minorities. There's over 180 million Muslims that live in India, and this is one of the most extraordinary Muslim communities in the history of our great religion. Indian Muslims have incredible contribution. It was a great civilization, and the Muslims ruled India for many centuries, but now have really fallen on hard times, particularly of late because of certain political ideologies that have penetrated into some of the Indian consciousness there. So this is an appeal because about 60 million, almost a third of the Muslims that live in India live in abject poverty. They live literally on $1.25 a day. And so they're now really facing some very serious problems there, especially in certain areas, less so in the south, but we're seeing persecution, we're seeing also real discrimination. And unfortunately, and it's certainly not from all the Hindus, there are many, many good Hindus that are deeply troubled by what's happening in India. And so we should not make this an Indian Hindu-Muslim problem. This is ignorance versus knowledge, and we have to really look at it as that, because like I said, there are many very good Hindu people that are very troubled by what's happening to the Muslims. Certainly Gandhi himself did not want to see the Muslims persecuted in India, and when there were the anti-Muslim riots, he fasted the entire time, asking the nation really to change their attitude towards the Muslims. So it's very important that we support our Muslim brothers and sisters in India. Also, we've got the ongoing Kashmir problem, which is another deep crisis that a lot of our brothers and sisters are facing there. So there are security concerns, there's a lot of inequality there, and also there's a lack, unfortunately, of political representation. So it's really important that organizations like the Indian Muslim Relief and Charities flourish and are able to do their work, and they need our help in doing it. So this is an appeal to people. One of the greatest things that we can do in our faith is to feed people in need of hunger. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran about the it'am al-ta'am that one of the reasons why we should worship Allah is because He at'amana min ju'in wa amana min khawf, that He has given us what we need. At'amahum min ju'in wa amanahum min khawf, that He gave them the food that they needed and the security that they needed. So those are reasons to worship Allah. So when people don't have food, I mean, this is the most basic fundamental need, is the security and then the basic sustenance. We owe it as an obligation to ourselves. One of the things that Qadi Abu Bakr ibn al-Arabi says from Andalusia, he lived during a time of an epidemic in Andalusia, and he said if every Muslim would just take one or two families and support them, this would solve all the problems. And so it's not asking for a lot from those of us who are able to. It's just asking for us to do something. And so even doing a little bit makes an immense difference, especially when you have an aggregate of people that are doing a little bit. It adds up to a great deal. And so I think the IMRC Ramadan program is an incredible opportunity for people. It's a feeding program that began when the COVID-19 outbreak began. And it's the thing about this is that right now the COVID-19 is threatening famine in several places, and India is one of them. And the UN now is estimating that more people will actually die from starvation than will die from the pandemic itself. So it's really important for us to do what we can. In doing this, we're really doing it for ourselves because it's a display of gratitude, and gratitude means that Allah will increase you in your blessings. So those of us who are blessed with the wherewithal to help those who are less fortunate, Allah will bless us in doing that. So it's really important for us to do that. إِنَّمَا نُطْعِمُكُمْ لِوَجْهِ اللَّهِ. The Quran reminds us that the people of Allah say, we feed you for the sake of God. لَا نُرِيدُ مِنْكُمْ جَزَاءً وَلَا شُكُورًا. We don't want any reward and any thanks for doing this. These are people in tribulation. There, but for the grace of God, go us. I mean, it could have been us, and so it's really important to do that. This program, it's going to feed. They want to feed over 100,000 warm meals have already been delivered, and now they want to feed up to 10 million people. So this is a very ambitious program, and inshallah they can accomplish that. So they've already distributed 6 million meals to 40,000 families, and so hopefully we can do what we can to help them to help others. And it's a great blessing that we have people working like those at the Indian Muslim Relief and Charities to do this work. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you, and inshallah may Allah open your hearts and your pockets to help this organization that's doing amazing work. You can do this as sadaqah, which is a burhan, it's a proof of our faith, or you can do it as zakat, and also zakat al-fitr, which according to the Hanafi madhab, which is the dominant madhab in many parts of India, you can give your zakat al-fitr with cash. And so I think this is an excellent opportunity for us to help the organization. So may Allah reward all of you for doing that, and may He also bring ease to the people in India, irrespective of their religions, but certainly our brothers and sisters amongst the Muslims. Jazakumullah khairan wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.